Hi, welcome to Astrology for Gann Traders. My name is Olga Morales. Now this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to convert your chart into the 90-degree dial using solar fire. So I've been asked about this because I put up some charts about me having a windfall because of an alignment with the solar eclipse to my lucky points. So I've got W.D.Gann's chart here, of course, and this is his natal chart on a 360 dial, and you can see immediately all the fixed he has in his chart. Okay, we're looking at his part of fortune, which is our lucky point, and you can see his part of fortune is at 9 degrees Scorpio 34. Okay, and it's opposite his Neptune, square his Jupiter and node. So this is a T-square formation, and it's a perfect example of a midpoint structure, meaning that these two in orb, they're actually their midpoint, Jupiter and his node, come to the midpoint of part of fortune and Neptune. So let's have a look. When we change the dial, see how we've got wheel here? There's a drop down, and then you have dial. Now in your dial, and then we have a dial style. Okay, so if you click on that, there's a whole variety of different dials. Now we want to just keep to dial 90, and that way you can see all the planets now are around the 90-degree dial. And what this does, the first 30 degrees are all the cardinal signs, the second 30 are all the fixed signs, and then the last 30 are all the mutable signs. And all it shows are hard aspects, which are the conjunctions, squares, oppositions, and across the dial, if there's something immediately across the dial, it has to be either 45 degrees or 135 degrees. So that's the 8th harmonic. So what you can do is you click in the middle, there is arrows, and you can go around the dial and you can find your lucky midpoints or any other midpoints. Okay, now remember we said that his part of fortune is at 9 degrees of Scorpio. You can see how fixed W.D.Gann was. Alright, he's got predominance of fixed signs. He was someone who was determined, hard to move or persuade, and totally focused. Okay, so once you get to your arrow, you can see what other midpoints, this is called a midpoint tree, that your part of fortune comes to. Okay, now for WD, his luck was because, as I showed you, that T square, it was actually his part of fortune and Jupiter midpoint, and the Neptune and Jupiter midpoint is called the speculator's midpoint. Okay, the other thing, you can just keep going around, and you can see in his chart, because these planets are both all these planets are in fixed signs, you can see that they're equidistant from one another. This is what Antitia is called. But on the 90-degree dial, it's very easy to see mirror points because it has to be equal distance from a point. His node was at 14 degrees of Aquarius, which is really 44 degrees. It's across the dial from 0. Okay. Now, the interesting thing was that he used to fly. He had his own pilot and plane. He used to fly to Cuba to play the lottery, and this is what the lottery tickets used to look like, and they were a series of numbers. And in his private ephemeris, WD, he did win quite a few times, but in December 1948 he was obviously very lucky, and we're going to have a look at his chart, because he won lottery 4 Saturdays in a row on the 11th, 18th, 25th and 31st of December in 1948, which happens to be 70 years ago almost. So let's have a look at what was happening. And you know, eclipses are really important because you remember, eclipses just don't happen for that one day. They can be 6 months before, 6 months after. Some people say the duration of the eclipse is really how long the actual eclipse takes place. So if it's 4 minutes, it's 4 years. So let's have a look at the eclipse that was happening. There was a total solar eclipse on November 1st, 1948. So this was before his winning streak. And of course, you know, you look at it, let's just put it on the wheel for everyone to see. Look at where the actual eclipse happened. at 8 degrees, almost 9 degrees of Scorpio, the exact degree of his part of fortune. And he also had, well, that's going to happen anyway because it's always going to be conjunct the ascendant. But there's other things. When I put it on the dial, let's have a look at what it looks like. We'll do it. So again, we go down to the dial. Okay. You can see how, remembering he had all that fixed. So the actual, I've actually located this in Florida because he was already living in Florida at this time. So this is important. We've got Uranus at 0 degrees of Cancer and Venus almost moving into 0 degrees of Libra. So this simulates the 0 degree. And remembering Gann had all those planets equidistant from here. So this was a mega lucky point for him. But let's have a look on the bi-wheel. So what you do is go to view and we look at bi-wheel, and now we want to get his natal chart in the middle and the actual solar eclipse on the outside, and let's have a look at what it looks like. So you can see that the solar eclipse, remembering that it was at 9 degrees or 8 degrees of Scorpio, you can see how that links up all his lucky midpoints with the Jupiter, Neptune, the speculator's part of fortune midpoint. At the same time, the actual part of fortune of the of the solar eclipse was activating his own midheaven, Uranus, moon, ascendant, all in this part of his chart. But look at this, because it's also at the midpoint of his Jupiter, Neptune and the Sun. Now Jupiter and the Sun is wealth, and it's like extreme wealth. Okay, and the fact that it was sudden, so there's that chance of speculation. Okay, if we look to these two, so he's getting a lot of activity happening. If I point around to the Uranus, Venus, they've come to nearly 0 degrees of the cardinal sides. Remembering he has all this, okay? Look at all the midpoints that picks up in his chart, but the most important, obviously, is the Jupiter-Pluto, because that's a millionaire's midpoint. Okay, but you can see also Venus and Pluto. That's a lot of serious money, and the chance in it. And so this is what was happening at the time. So he was getting this triggering, he was getting this triggering, and he's getting 3 very significant lucky transits by this eclipse. Okay, so he did actually win 4 weekends in a row. How amazing is that? So if you want to learn more, this is just to set up the charts. I've actually got a course on part of fortune. Okay, it's just a tutorial which is $49, and it goes through all the lucky midpoints in your chart and how to use the part of fortune. I do use a lot of Jack Gillam's work, and he's amazing. And here's a quote from him: "The part of fortune is the most important influence to winning large sums of money, not only in the areas of finance but also career, advancement, real estate, health and love all apply to the part of fortune, because it can give you an area that can be very fortunate. The part of fortune represents opportunity." So yeah, I hope you like that, and I wish you much luck with your lotto or any other type of speculation, and make sure you consider eclipses and the part of fortune. Okay, thank you.